Hello everybody, I'm Jenna. Today I'm so excited to put up this cool vlog because I have an RPG zine. It's called Corpsewake Cove, and this is written by Madeleine Ember. She's well known for publishing with Ember and Ash. So really cool independent RPG designer publisher. So anyways, Madeleine Ember contacted me and wanted to do a review and a giveaway, which I will explain more later at the end of the video. So stay tuned to see that. But why am I reviewing this zine? You can see it has a pirate style adventure. And this is designed for a system called Mörk Borg. But technically, you can take this and adapt it to multiple different systems. So it's not very rule heavy or stat heavy, so you could modify it if you wanted to, which is really cool. And again, like I said, the pirate style, I think you could really fit a lot of things. So the first thing that I love seeing on this is here. Has pirate vocabulary list, just to kind of help you get into the zine better so that you know what you're doing during the game, which is really nice to see. So it's kind of a nice inspiration. One thing that I really love about this as well is in the very beginning paragraph, it emphasizes that we want to make sure that this can match all players, no matter what their background is. So if anybody is racist, a bigot, or anything like that, don't even bother purchasing this because it's not going to match. You're not welcome, which I think is a really great thing and so important for that sort of philosophy, and make sure it's equal for everyone, accessible for everyone. So I totally 100% agree with that, and I love that Madeleine put that in there. So what's cool about this is it's set up in a more generalistic style of there's a problem. Why should these players invest in these issues? So there's 5 pirate kings, and all of them are cursed. So the players probably want revenge because somebody did something to them in the past. So maybe they got their family killed or someone stole their home. There's a whole slew of different suggestions that you can pick from so that the person feels more involved in the game and wants to go and figure out, see what happened, and try to either solve the curse or steal a treasure, which is nice. So there is all those different descriptions, and I think that's really important. It even has an NPC who can kind of give a little bit of hints or can just go ahead and become like a murder host style and kind of set up a war if you want to do that and risk it. So there's a lot of just little sneaky ways to work around, and I think that's pretty cool that it has a lot of different approaches. It's very creative and a lot of different seeds that you can put in there for people to try and figure things out. And I think that's really important for any sort of adventure if you want to include that. So that's great. And it even has a list of possible questions you might want to ask your players just to make the story a little bit more detail rich. So again, really awesome. And here you see they have 7 days. They're cursed, and of course they're pirate kings, so they have a goal of specific things, and they want to include what happens within those 7 days. See if you make it or not. Some people are going to risk it, and by the 7th day, maybe something big will happen. So you really want to take that approach of giving them things that they need to do to cause more potential danger to happen. And again, that's just going to kind of depend on the pace of your story and your players. This is a really nice, simple map. Just kind of like Shark Zone, like a huge shark on there. It's kind of scary. But it talks about all the different pirate kings and their ships, and talks a little bit about what happened, what's in there, what's worth, where you can go, what you can do. And of course, then here's the different pirate kings and their different styles, what their goals are, the dates, their crew. So what sort of crew do they have? What's their philosophy? Just matching all different sorts of things. And now the biggest part, the pirate's curse. And I really like this because it talks about what happens with the curse So there's the 5 pirate kings. Well, what if one of them dies or one goes missing? Then it will change the curse. And then as they keep dying or missing, the curse changes and changes and changes. So it can really change and have a huge impact. There's a really good twist, which I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to read that to figure out what the twist is. But it's really cool. It's a great story. And it's pretty much talking about everyone's dying. But there's a really good twist. So just simple. Someone gets killed and good to go. So I really like that. That's cool. And also it has locations. So I think in total there's 14. Yeah, 14, which is really nice because this is not too in detailed of a map. It just kind of gives you the key locations, and then that's up to you how you want to set those up and how you want the story to flow. So it's almost like point crawl, kind of. And I really like that style because it's a lot more flexible and you don't have to worry about details and specific distances. And that just takes up a lot of time in my opinion. So I think this is really great and very flexible. So you can kind of pick and choose and match what your story is. So love that. And then the next several pages are just more of an expansion on each location. So talking about, interesting things that they have there or specific situations that can happen each location, which is really nice. And then there's also a few treasures. So you'll see there's a crypt and a dungeon map. So it also has that as well. And lots of different cellars that you can go down into and collect items. So that's kind of just a nice expansion and a nice way to approach with the Pirate Kings, that obviously they would have treasure, and so you can see several different options of what you can do during this adventure. So very cool, very nice. I love all the different expansions on there, and it's very inspirational with good seeds. So I love picking and choosing from there. And of course, the next part are all of the enemies. So different people you can fight, like the Pirate Brute, the Chain Ghost Pirate, the Blue Swashbuckler, lots of different enemies. And so it has all of their stats, all of the different goals, their personalities, different things like that, everything you want. And of course you can modify them to be more unique. It's not just the same thing. I'm going to kill the same ones over and over again. It really does make a good variety and just kind of makes it a bit cooler. And of course, I have to show you the Shark Frankenshark. So a shark with 2 heads. I just think that's really cool. So that's the shark that they had, and you saw the other part, the harbor area, the big part where it showed the shark zone. So this is dangerous. If you take this on, good luck. But it's really nice. So there's a lot more monsters, but I'm not going to ruin everything, but there's a lot of really cool ones, very unique. And the very last part of the book has the table. So that's going to have all the different pirate booty, but a lot of different things that you can find in any different location. So if you want to just roll and find random things, here's what you can do. And again, there's a lot of different tables for different names, different NPCs, all things. So a lot of different flavors if you want to just try something. You don't really have to prepare too much ahead of time. So you can just roll and pick something or read and throw things out there. So again, really nice. I think that all adventures should have several tables ready, just because I think it makes it easier and a lot less prep time for the GM. So again, I think this scene is awesome. It's very, very thematic. I mean, pretty much they went all out on this pirate theme without being too cheesy or, ridiculous. I think it has a really good balance. The Mörk Borg style with the pirate, I think, fits amazing. And like I said, there's a lot of good location, seeds, purposes, different NPCs, monsters. It's great. It's so many things in such a small magazine. It's just so rich, and you can pull so much from it, and your story is going to be great. And again, this is designed for Mörk Borg, yes, but as a GM, you can read and say, you know what, I like this, I like that, and kind of just take from it what you want, and then you can change that over to whatever system you prefer. So again, I would suggest at least once trying out the Mörk Borg system. I think it's amazing, and my review on this is that it's a really cool adventure. I think it's a really great zine, and I highly recommend that anyone who likes pirates or likes, fantasy like this, there's a lot of different inspirational things, so definitely get this. And the Kickstarter is finished. So it was running on a Kickstarter before, but that is over. But what's really cool is I'm going to be having a giveaway. So what I'm going to do is I will have 3 copies. They're very generous. So I will have one winner who watches this video on YouTube or on Facebook, either one. So I'll take all of those from Facebook and YouTube and pick somebody. And then I will announce that winner's name. And then the second way will be through Twitter. So you're going to have to follow me on Twitter. And I'll have all of the other details for Twitter posted so you can see that. So just follow and whatnot. And then I will randomly pick someone. And the third way is on Instagram. And again, very similar concept. I will have all of the details that you can check out and just look on the description down below for all of the information of where you can find me on all of those social media places. So I'm going to run this for 2 weeks, and on March 26th, that Friday, I will announce who are the winners for each of the areas. So please go ahead, tell all your friends, anyone who's interested in getting a copy of this, to enter into the giveaway. And you never know, you could be the lucky one. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see more reviews for different RPG zines, systems, and whatnot. Let me know anything you would like to see. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for all of your support. If you want to provide support in another way, you can check out my Patreon link. I have a lot of different levels on there. You can start with $1, something really cheap, just a good way to support, but there's different perks. And also, you can do the buymeacoffee.com. I have all that links down below in the description. You can tip me any amount that you want, a one-time deal. I really appreciate anything. I love coffee, so I always appreciate that.